Identify the parts of inverter split AC. Hello, my name is Charumati. I hope you are all excited for today's session. In this module, we are going to learn to identify the parts of inverter split AC. At the end of this exercise, you will be able to identify the mechanical and electrical components of inverter split AC. Connect wires with the circuit of inverter split AC. Install the inverter split AC. Now, let us take a look at the equipment, materials and tools required to do this exercise.
Tools or instruments required. Screwdriver 1 set. Tester 1 number. Cutting plier 1 number. Hammer, ball pen 450 gm 1 number. Nail remover 1 number. Spirit level 1 number. Multimeter 1 number. Tong tester clamp meter 1 number. Spanner 1 set. Drilling machine 1 number. Air blower 1 number. Valve keys 4.7 mm and 6 mm 1 number. Screw spanner 200 mm. Wire stripper 1 number. Wire crimple 1 set. Soldering equipment 1 number. Equipment required. Inverter split AC 1 number. Outdoor unit 1 number. Material or components required. Wires as required. PCB board 1 number. Cotton waste as required. Insulation tape as required. Paint brush 1 number. Angle frame. Washers 1 box. Rubber pads 1 set. Coach screw as required. Relay 1 number. Capacitor 1 number. Terminal pins 1 number. Oil grease as required. A split AC comprises two separate units, the compressor unit, located outside, and the air handling unit, placed indoors where the AC is installed. Compared to traditional window ACS, split ACS offer notable improvements in efficiency and performance, operating quietly and cost-effectively. Split ACS, rated by tonnage, are suitable for cooling larger areas, while window ACS are better suited for smaller spaces. One key distinction between window ACS and split ACS is their spatial requirement. Window units demand significant space, often necessitating modifications to fit within a window or wall. Conversely, split ACS consists of two units, offering some flexibility in installation. When discussing split ACS, the focus is typically on the conventional type. However, there's also the inverter AC, presenting a choice between the two. The primary divergence between split ACS and inverter ACS lies in their compressor operation. Split AC operation. Conventional split ACS employ fixed-speed compressors, leading to frequent restarts based on temperature requirements. This may result in noise, excessive cooling, and reduced longevity. Inverter AC operation. Inverter ACS utilize variable speed compressors, allowing the unit to adjust its speed based on temperature demands. It operates at lower speeds when the desired temperature is reached and ramps up as needed, promoting efficiency and longevity. There are numerous key advantages of opting for inverter ACS. Energy efficiency is notably enhanced. With inverter technology, the conversion of DC power from the grid into AC occurs before reaching the unit. This leads to improved energy efficiency and subsequently lower electricity bills. This feature is particularly advantageous for households relying on solar power or generators for their energy supply. It is a power-saving unit when compared to normal split ACs. Enhanced cooling performance is achieved even in lower temperatures. This implies that even during the hotter months it remains efficient in maintaining a cool environment. This is in contrast to conventional units that struggle to meet demand or may cease functioning due to overheating caused by excessive strain on internal components. Noise levels are significantly reduced compared to traditional models. This is attributed to the variable speeds at which the compressor and fan operate, resulting in a quieter operation with minimal noise or vibration. Inverter ACs are equipped with advanced microprocessors that monitor temperature variations in different parts of the room at regular intervals. This enables uniform cooling regardless of the room size. Remote control panels accompany inverter ACs, enabling operation from any location within the room. This feature proves especially handy in large rooms with multiple occupants, allowing for individual temperature settings to cater to personal preferences. Now, let us learn to identify the components of inverter split AC. Inverter split air conditioners consist of both internal and external components, each playing a crucial role in the functioning of the system. Here's an overview of the main parts. Indoor unit. Evaporator coil. This coil absorbs heat from the indoor air, cooling it down. It contains a refrigerant that evaporates as it absorbs heat. Air filter. Filters dust, pollen, and other airborne particles from the air passing through the unit, ensuring cleaner air indoors. Blower fan. It circulates the cooled air from the evaporator coil into the room. Expansion valve regulates the flow of refrigerant into the evaporator coil, controlling the cooling process. Control panel display allows users to set temperature, fan speed, and other settings. Outdoor unit. Compressor. It compresses the refrigerant, raising its temperature and pressure before it flows into the condenser coil. Condenser coil. This coil releases heat absorbed from the indoor air into the outdoor air as the refrigerant condenses back into a liquid. Fan. It blows outdoor air over the condenser coil to dissipate heat efficiently. Inverter control board regulates the speed of the compressor motor, allowing it to vary its speed based on cooling demands. This results in energy savings and more precise temperature control. Refrigerant tubing. These copper tubes connect the indoor and outdoor units, allowing the flow of refrigerant between them. Drainage system removes condensed water from the indoor unit and redirects it outside. Electrical components. Power supply supplies electricity to the unit. Capacitors assist in starting and running the compressor motor. Relays and contactors control the flow of electricity to various components. Sensors monitor temperature, pressure, and other parameters to ensure optimal performance and safety. PCB board. The circuit board controls the operation of different parts within the AC system, including the compressor, condenser fan, evaporator fan, and motorized dampers. It ensures that these components function when necessary and at suitable speeds. Fan motor. The fan motor of the air conditioner powers the AC fan, which circulates air inside and outside the building. Its role is crucial in expelling hot air from indoors and distributing cool air through the ductwork into the rooms. As air passes over the evaporator coils, heat is absorbed by the refrigerant and expelled from the house, contributing to the cooling process. Compressor DC motor. An inverter drive transforms the initial AC voltage into DC by employing a rectifier. This converted DC voltage then fuels the inverter circuit, generating an AC voltage with a variable frequency. The speed of the compressor motor is adjusted based on the AC hertz it receives, adapting to the demands of heating or cooling loads. Now, let us learn how to make wiring connection for inverter split AC. Connect the wires as per the circuit diagram shown. To begin the wiring process, gather multicolored wires according to the specified code requirements. Carefully position the external components in their designated places. Next, calculate the required length of wire for each connection and proceed to cut them accordingly. Select the appropriate colored wires as indicated by the wiring diagram and connect them accordingly. Secure the connections using suitable screws or clips, ensuring they are properly fixed. Utilize connectors wherever necessary to facilitate connections. Insulate the wires whenever required to prevent any electrical hazards. Lastly, ensure that there are no exposed live wires within the circuit, ensuring safety and proper functionality. Install indoor and outdoor unit of inverters split AC system. Task 1. Unpack the unit. Before beginning the unpacking process, it's important to ensure that the packed material is positioned correctly, standing upright. Step 1. Removing nails. First, use a nail remover to extract all the nails from the wooden packing. Step 2. Removing wooden packing. Next, remove all the wooden packing from every side using a hammer and nail remover. Step 3. Unscrewing bolts and nuts. Proceed by unscrewing the bolts and nuts from the bottom wooden part and the base of the outdoor unit. Step 4. Inspection. Thoroughly inspect all components to ensure they are in good condition. Any damage or dents should be reported to the supplier promptly. Check for scratches on both the condensing unit and indoor unit. Examine the condenser and evaporator fins for any signs of damage. Inspect the pipeline and fittings carefully. Lastly, check the fan motor for any potential damages and inspect the service valve fittings for any signs of damage as well. Task 1. Choosing the location for the indoor unit. Ensure that there are no obstacles hindering the airflow and that the cooled or heated air can circulate evenly throughout the room. Pick a stable location where the unit or the wall it's mounted on won't shake or vibrate. Select a spot with ample space for servicing the unit, making sure that the necessary clearance is available as mentioned in the specifications. Choose a location where wiring and piping can be easily installed and serviced without difficulty. Task 2. Choosing the location for the outdoor unit. Select a spot where the intake and outlet pipes won't be obstructed by wind. If the area is prone to strong winds, follow the guidelines to install wind guards to protect the unit. Keep in mind that strong winds can lead to performance issues, an accidental shutdown due to increased pressure, and damage to the fan, so it's essential to take preventive measures. Limitations for one-way piping length and vertical height difference. Task 3 involves installing both indoor and outdoor units, with certain restrictions on piping length and height difference between them. For all models, the maximum length for one-way piping is 30 meters, and the height difference between the indoor and outdoor units should not exceed 20 meters. To install the indoor unit, first, mount and secure the installation board. Then, adjust its horizontal position using 4 screws. Ensure the board is level by using the standard hole as the center point. Matters of special notice when piping from left or center rear of the unit. For the indoor unit preparation, follow these steps. Open the air inlet panel and remove the service panel. Disconnect the wiring clamp and securely connect the connecting wire to the terminal block. Make sure the connection wire is firmly affixed to avoid poor contact, overheating, or fire risk. Attach the wiring clamp to secure the connecting wire. Reattach the service panel and close the air inlet panel. When piping from the left or center rear of the unit, special attention is required during fixing. To remove the indoor unit from the installation board, push up the marked portion of the indoor unit base lower latch and slightly pull it towards you on both sides. Then, push the indoor unit upward to detach it from the installation board. For installing the outdoor unit, ensure the unit is stable and fix it to a stable base. If installing at a higher location or where strong winds are possible, securely fasten the unit with foundation bolts or wire. Connect the wiring according to the terminal numbers of the indoor unit terminal block. Use the ground screw for connection, located near the mark. If temperatures drop below 0 degrees Celsius for several consecutive days in certain areas, avoid installing a drain elbow to prevent water discharge issues due to freezing.
We have come to the end of the exercise. Thus, we have learned to identify the mechanical and electrical parts to make wiring connections and install an inverter split AC. Hope you have got a clear understanding of this. Do this exercise with the help of your instructor. Thank you all. See you in the next video.